Yo guys, so we are going to be talking about the true cost of drop shipping on Amazon, Shopify, all that stuff. And yes, the true cost, not the cost that they say, but the actual cost of everything. Let's talk about it.
That's what's up, guys. This is 𝗏𝗏𝗥𝗘𝗦, and you have reached the 𝗏𝗏𝗥𝗘𝗏 e-com channel. If you want to learn how to make money online or offline, then you need to be right here. I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller. I'm also an honorably discharged Air Force veteran. Graduated from Penn State and started a career as a software engineer and leveraged that to build my businesses. If you guys have any questions on how to make money, you're gonna find all your answers right here, so stay tuned.
Yo, so what's up, Roughnecks? Welcome back to the channel. And as you guys have already heard and deciphered, we're gonna be talking about the true cost of drop shipping on Amazon, Shopify, places like that. Now, I know a lot of people are just talking about like the software costs and all that, but there is an actual cost, a true cost of doing what I do, what my friends do, stuff like that, okay? So we're gonna start breaking that down. Number one, all right? Let's just get into it. Number one is the time cost, okay? The time cost. I don't feel that anyone really talks about the amount of time it takes because everyone's like, oh, just hire a VA, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to worry about it. If you don't know how to run your own shit, guess what? You're screwing up on every level. Like, you should know how to run your own business first and foremost, but that is neither here nor there. That'll be saved for another video. But there's a time cost, and that is the time cost of product research, placing those orders, customer service, to include messaging, returns, things of that nature. You know, man, just about everything to do with the time that it takes to handle that. Like shipping, if you guys are doing fulfillment by merchant in some cases, like let's say your supplier, drops the ball, and you can go into the actual store, get that product, ship it out. You know, there's time cost for that. Man, there's so many different things that go on. Private label drop shipping, getting the item shipped to you so that way you can take photos, all right? Take photos and put them up, you know, on your listings. Guys, there's just a lot of stuff that they don't necessarily break down. The true cost is essentially like your time plus all the expenses that you incur. First, is the time. You know, the time that it takes to do that. You're spending hours out of your day to make this work. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. It takes hours out of the day. Hours. That's why I have a whole team to help me for all my clients, because it takes hours per account. Okay, there's just no way around it. You know, if you want to be successful and you want to start, making $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month off of, Amazon or Shopify, you have to be on the ball. You have to be able to fulfill orders. Now with Shopify, it's a little bit easier because there's integrations that can like auto process some of those orders, but I digress. With Amazon, that's just not going to be the case more often than not. Like, you're either A, going to have to hire someone, or B, you're going to have to do it yourself unless you have the funds to go ahead and hire somebody. Now, when you have 50 to 100 orders to fulfill at the end of the day, so let's say your store is doing really well, you're doing $100,000 a month. All right, we'll give you a very simple number. You're getting 50 to 100 orders per day. That's 50 to 100 different individual orders that you have to place. You can go to a supplier, and even if you're the fastest person in the world and it takes you 2 minutes per order, that's still, let's just say 100 minutes. So 50 orders, that's 100 minutes. 100 minutes. That's almost 2 hours. Okay, almost 2 hours that you're going to be just placing orders. Okay, so if you have a day job and you come home, you got to cook, for your children. If you have children, you got to spend time with your significant other, or maybe you like playing World of Warcraft, whatever the hell you like doing. That's still almost 2 hours out of your day that you have to fulfill orders, and that does not include handling any returns, any customer service, because Amazon don't like when those messages go over 24 hours. All right, so now you got to handle those. You got to handle all this other stuff, not including the product research that you still have to do. Okay, that's just for fulfilling orders, not including all the other stuff. Like, you might spend anywhere between 4 to 6 hours a day on your business to get it to the level where it's sustainable and making you a good chunk of income. Now, not every day is going to be like that, but the days where you're very busy, that's what it's going to be. And if you have a daytime career, it's not going to be fun. Okay, you're gonna have to spend a lot of time getting it to where it is. Like, I know a lot of us kind of make it look easy and we don't necessarily talk about that aspect, but you spending time to make this work. If you're not willing to put in that time, you shouldn't even bother. You shouldn't bother getting involved with drop shipping whatsoever. Now, when it comes to things like FBA, it's a little bit easier. It's kind of, I can't say set it and forget it, but it's smoother, all right? Because Amazon's doing the picking, packing, and shipping and all that stuff for you. Now, with Shopify, like I prefaced, it's a little different. Your time isn't necessarily as stringent, all right? It's not as strict because there's software that will allow you to kind of step back. And when you have that integrated, when you get a sell on Shopify, the software will take the information from the customer, go to the supplier, place the order, and it automatically gets shipped out, right? It's what I do with the Roughneck's gear shirt. So like all my Roughneck shirt and stuff like that, I don't really have to worry about because everything is done on the back end and I can just kind of take my hands off and sit and chill. So it's nice, but there is still a large amount of time, especially when it comes to Shopify, because you have to build out the website. You have to set up the integrations. You have to do all this stuff unless you pay somebody. Like it might take you weeks to get all of this done before you ever sell your first item, not including the ads that you have to run. So now you have to shoot ads. You have to get the ad copy right. You have to test audiences. Like there's a lot of things that go behind the scenes when it comes to Shopify, and it's all time-based, the same with Amazon. Now with Amazon, it's a little easier. You can spin up quicker. Shopify, it's a lot of upfront time to build out the things that you need in order to make it work. Okay, it is not going to be fun. And people really don't talk about that aspect because if you guys go to speedcircuit.net, check out our Shopify site for our car shop. If your site doesn't look like that, chances are you ain't going to make shit. All right, I'm just going to keep it real with you. Like the sites that you guys are using, like the Brooklyn theme and all that, like for Shopify, like all the free themes, unless your ads are baller and a product is baller, you really aren't going to make any money. Your site needs to have some type of flair to it. And if you look at the Speed Circuit site, speedcircuit.net, you guys can take that template, build your website off it, okay? Please do what you got to do in order to make that money. Building something like that is going to help you. Now, I should preface this by saying me and, my man Dino, we're both, software guys, okay? So there's things that we can do that you might not be able to do or you have to pay someone to do. So take that, as you may. But your site should look something similar. It should look good, okay? There should be some flair to it. The colors should match your brand, okay? If your brand colors are lime green and blue, but your site is white and pink, that doesn't coincide with shit, all right? So make sure that you check it out, and that should help you. Now, let's talk about the actual costs, like, the money that's gonna be coming out. If you get suspended with Amazon, the money is going to sit in your Amazon account, all right? They're not gonna pay you out until either A, 90 days have passed, or B, you get unsuspended. Some cases it's unsuspended and it's not fun, but if you have an Amex card and you put all that money on Amex, guess what? Amex want their money at the end of the month. They're not trying to wait. They want that money, all right? Now you gotta take money out of your bank account to pay your Amex bill. If you got $50,000 tied up in Amazon, that's a big chunk of change that you have to remove out of maybe your savings account, your checking account, wherever, or your business, and divert it so you can pay your Amex bill, all right? Now, if you have like a Chase Sapphire or something along those lines, like, yeah, that's dope, but now you're incurring interest if you can't pay that bill. So now you're paying your bill monthly or making minimum payments, and your interest rate could be anywhere between 16.9 to 24.9%. Now you're paying interest on this money, all right? Same with Shopify. Now, Shopify, PayPal, whatever, let's say you get hit with PayPal jail, all right? And they hold your funds. Now you have to come out of pocket to pay for those items, okay? Or let's say there's items that Shopify doesn't necessarily agree with on your store. You can't use Shopify payments anymore. Now you have to go to a third-party payment processor. Well, during that time frame, you're not getting those payouts, or you can't even accept those payouts. So now your business, you're running ads. Now mind, you're running ads and people can't even purchase. So you're losing money every day. Not only are you spending money, you're losing opportunity money from people not being able to purchase. Maybe the fees are even higher for the third-party payment processor that you use. Maybe you're paying 2%, 3%, whatever it is on each sale on top of what you're getting in your like shipping charges and whatever else is being incurred, taxes, things like that. There's cost, guys. There's cost behind it. You have to look at the profit margins for what they actually are, okay? Not what you sold an item for. What is the actual cost, the interest rates, things of that nature, okay? Very, very important. Also, you got to look behind the scenes as well. So yeah, there's the money aspect, there's a time aspect, but there's also the supplier aspect, okay? What happens let's say you have a supplier. It doesn't, now this can be for either or, for Amazon or Shopify. Let's say you have a supplier that is the only supplier on the damn planet that produces this one particular item, okay? You have that going and you're pumping out money. You making bank, big bank. I mean, you making $100,000 a month off this one particular item. Let's say this supplier decides to say, you know what? We want to sell this on our own. They create their own Shopify store. They create their own Amazon store. They cut all the middlemen out. You guys are done. Now, you make $0.00. So the money that you were making rolling in, ooh, it gets cut off. The faucet get cut off. What are you guys going to do at that point? Now you're scrambling to find new products, build out a Shopify site just for that specific product, or, you know, create a listing for that specific product on Amazon, you know, go FBA, whatever you're trying to do, you're scrambling. So if your lifestyle scaled because of the money that you were making, now that's another cost added on top of all the other true costs of drop shipping. You got a mortgage to pay. So let's say, you know, you living in an apartment, you know, you start making $100,000 a month. You ain't gonna live in that apartment forever, okay? Despite what these like 18 and 19-year-old kids are talking about, how they made $100,000 with Shopify, them motherfuckers ain't making no money, bro. They living in 1-bedroom ass apartments, you know, that cost them like $1,000 a month. They ain't making bread like that. You know, they like, bro, let's just be real here, okay? If you making that kind of money, your lifestyle will scale to a certain extent, all right? Imagine you go from, you know, your little bum ass apartment where you paying $750, $1,000 a month. Now you got you a nice little condo, a little Miami condo. You paying $3,000 a month. You know, you went from driving that busted ass Audi A6 that you got from years ago to, you know, you driving a little Porsche. You know, you decided that you wasn't gonna spend heavy, you know, get a Turbo S, but you still got yourself a nice little, you know, we'll say Carrera 4. Carrera 4S. Not we don't say 4S, we'll just say S, Carrera S. You know, spending $100,000 on that. You know, you got a car payment coming. You know, you spending a few $1,000s on that every month, you know, depending on your credit, because your credit might not have been that great when you started off. All right, cool. You got insurance, you know, you got gas. Let's say you was high on the hog, you going, you know, you going out, you know, you going to Marion, you know, you buying bottle service, you spending a couple $1,000s a night when you go to Marion out there in Miami. You know, you're going to Poppy State. You're doing all these different things. Your lifestyle is now null and void. It's not sustainable, you know, because you ain't making no money. Because chances are people that, you know, that start making money real fast, they don't save that money. They think that money's gonna keep coming in forever. You know, they just blowing money. Opportunity, that's, you know, not opportunity cost, but that's another true cost. You know, your lifestyle. Your lifestyle could end based on something that is out of your control. E-commerce, things are out of your control on these platforms in some aspects. Now, you can kind of control certain things, but, you know, for the most part, when it comes to major decisions and major changes, they tell you how that shit gonna be. There's another major change coming with Amazon in the future, okay? So if you guys are drop shipping and putting in fraudulent shipping information, that shit's about to change, okay? Amazon is going to require this now. They've been requiring it, but they're going to start checking, all right? They're gonna start checking the shipping information. They're gonna be checking who's shipping it, the number, verifying if it's going to the person that you indeed said it's going to. That shit don't match, it's gonna hurt your metrics. Now, you in the boat where I'm talking about, where you're like, oh shit, you know, my account's suspended, I got all this stuff going on. Like, these are the true costs, guys. Like, this is the shit that you gotta think about. I mean, you know, obviously product research time with Shopify too, I forgot to add that. But these are some of the true costs that you're gonna have to experience when it comes to, you know, drop shipping. Never mind, you know, like your friends and family calling you a freaking dork and like walking out on you because you can't hang out with them because you're so busy running your internet business. I mean, that's another cost. Like, I'm just keeping it real with you, man. Making money ain't always, you know, fun. I tell that to my clients, you know, my automation clients. I'm like, making money ain't always fun. Sometimes it sucks. All right, let's just be real. You know, and there's just some costs associated with the drop shipping game that a lot of people don't really want to go over. I mean, yeah, there's software and all that shit, but you know, that's just kind of part of what you have to spend, you know. But these true costs, man, like there's a lot of time costs behind the scenes that people don't really think about. And when they get in, they're too deep in it and they want to give up because they're spending way too much time. They got families, they have jobs, they have all this other shit going on. And they're like, I can't do this. No one told me that it was gonna take 6 to 8 hours out of my damn day to fulfill, 150 orders. No one told me any of this. Well, I just did. Congrats. Make sure you like this video, by the way, because I'm hooking you guys up. I don't get it, man. Y'all be in here listening to all this information. My watch time is long as shit, by the way. So I know y'all be watching this shit through. And y'all can't even drop a like for your boy? Come on, man. Yo, that hurts. Hurts. Y'all be liking Graham Stephan videos, though. I'm just fucking with y'all, man. Yo, if you like the video, you can like. Check out the the links below in the description, man. It is what it is. I love you guys. So, be safe, be smart. If this helped you out, yo, drop a comment below. Say, yo, I didn't even think about that shit. This helps. If not, hey, drop a comment, whatever. We can talk about it. I love interacting with you guys. So I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.